Tonight on Canyons News, we'll have an update on the COC Board of Trustees race. Then we meet a local woman who's delivering a fast solution for those in need. And finally, we take a look back at the city's celebration of service members. Canyons News starts now.
Live from Mentry Hall on the campus of College of the Canyons.
Came together to shed light on a deadly epidemic.
With news from across the Santa Clarita Valley.
And senseless tragedy.
Reporting live for Canyons News.
On 10 camera 5.
This is Canyons News.
Hello everyone, and welcome to Canyons News. I'm Vic Suarez, and here's the latest from the Canyons newsroom. Tonight, we bring you a special report. Former Chancellor Dr. Diane Van Hook has filed a lawsuit against the Santa Clarita Community College District for wrongful termination. Christian Sukech takes us through his investigation.
From college leader to legal adversary, former Chancellor Dr. Diane Van Hook has filed a lawsuit against College of the Canyons for wrongful termination after the Board of Trustees voted to place her on administrative leave.
This evening in closed session, the board, by a vote of 3-0, Trustee Cassett, as being absent, is placing the Chancellor on administrative leave effective July 15th.
Shortly after being put on administrative leave, the former Chancellor announced her retirement. This comes after allegations made by Dr. Van Hook suggested wrongdoing by the board, mentioned in a press release from her representing attorney. The media statement argues, quote, "The claims allege that Dr. Van Hook was abruptly removed from her position and forced to resign based on the board's misuse of the results of a campus climate survey conducted to gauge various aspects of COC's work environment."
People feel that they can engage in the college and participate in college activities, whereas before there might have been, with some, fear of retaliation if they made suggestions or didn't feel like their voices were adequately being heard. So that's a positive thing. But the thing that gets missed frequently is that nearly half of employees don't feel psychologically safe, have personally experienced discrimination and microaggressions, and they're not reporting them because they didn't provide identifying information out of fear of being identified, right?
The decision has sparked mixed feelings from those within the community. Speakers addressing the board voiced disgust of their decision.
I am shocked and disgusted. The lack of appreciation and respect for Dr. Van Hook's COC leadership record is appalling.
In conversation of the last couple of weeks about this particular item before the board has resulted in a great many people being quite angry, and they did not come today because of that anger. They don't believe that the board is acting in the best interest of this community. I certainly do not.
After speakers gave their criticisms, the Board of Trustees held their own candidate forum where they commented on transparency regarding their decision.
This board will not break the law. We are governed by regulations, and if we provide information, it's because we have legal advice and it says, yes, you can say that. And in some cases, we would like nothing more than to share more with you.
The Board of Trustees is mandated by law to have what we call closed sessions. They usually have to do with personnel. Those laws are designed to protect the personnel. They are not designed to protect the board. They're designed to protect the personnel so you don't smear somebody.
On the other side, former trustee Joan McGregor took to social media openly accepting Dr. Van Hook's challenge, saying, "How sad that she still is trying to get more compensation. She should be supporting the current administration, not costing the students and staff. I look forward to full disclosure in court if that is what she really wants." This more compensation former trustee McGregor refers to will be in addition to Dr. Van Hook's guaranteed $330,000 severance, lifetime health care and long-term care insurance benefits unavailable to any other district employee, and $500,000 pension paid per year in retirement, which is funded by taxpayer money. With several more opinions floating around the college's sphere, the school itself had not much to comment on.
So Dr. Van Hook did file a government claim for wrongful termination against the college. And as a matter of practice, the college does not comment on pending claims or litigation.
Among all the legal turbulence, the college's Board of Trustees itself could be facing a major shakeup later in the year. The College of the Canyons Faculty Association recently conceded 3 of their endorsed races, one of them being incumbent Jerry Danielson's. The other incumbent, Adele Alonzo, is clinging to a slim margin of just 4 votes ahead of Scott Schauer. While the votes will not be official until December, a dramatic transformation is yet to come. Reporting for Canyons News, I'm Christian Sukich.
The board's transformation is a lot clearer now with results coming earlier tonight. The contested race for Trustee Area 2, incumbent Adele Alonzo has extended her lead over Scott Schauer by 109 votes. For Trustee Area 4, incumbent Jerry Danielson has conceded the race, so Canyons News is projecting Charlene Johnson to win Trustee Area 4. Charlene is winning by about 9 percentage points with 12,580 votes. The race for Trustee Area 1, which was a vacant seat, is being led by Darlene Trevejo, which is leading the race for this seat by 13.5 percentage points with 12,863 votes. And finally, the race for Trustee Area 3, which was another vacant seat, is being led by Fred Arnold. He is projected to clinch this seat. He beats Andrew Taban and Tasha Hogat with the most votes, holding 12,153 votes. Election season is coming to an end across the country, and so is the mayoral race for Santa Clarita. Mayor Cameron Smythe announced he will be not seeking re-election at the end of his 5th and current term in December. Canyons News reporter Andrew Fabella tells us more about the 20 years that Smythe has served the city of Santa Clarita and what's next after his term as mayor.
After 20 years of service to the city he calls home in 5 mayoral terms, Mayor of Santa Clarita, Cameron Smythe, has dedicated his entire career to serving this city.
Coming back to the city was a perfect balance that allowed me to continue to serve Santa Clarita.
Mayor Smythe began his interest in local politics at a young age after graduating from UC Davis, joining the staff of then Assemblyman Pete Knight with his campaign for the California State Senate. Afterward, he was elected to the City Council in 2000, where he served 2 terms as mayor. But that has all changed. Mayor Smythe has opted to not run for re-election at the end of his current mayoral term, which is set to expire in 1 month.
Part of the reason why I'm stepping down is because the city had to transition into legislative districts.
Some of the biggest challenges that Mayor Smythe has faced include the COVID-19 pandemic, which ravaged the county of Los Angeles and neighboring cities. Despite the pandemic, he says Santa Clarita still carried on as one strong community.
At that time, Santa Clarita continued to move forward. We progressed with opening and buying the ice station and converting it to the Cube. We opened a new fire station. We opened up new parks, all during the pandemic time. So we kept working for the people of Santa Clarita.
Mayor Smythe notes that while it has been an honor of a lifetime to serve those who live in Santa Clarita, he is optimistic for what the future holds next for him and his family.
I think I'll take most of 2025 to take a break, reevaluate what path I want to take, and make a decision at that point.
Reporting for Canyons News, I'm Andrew Fabella.
That's not the only change coming to City Council. In a historic and controversial move, the city voted to move to a district-based election for the Santa Clarita City Council after a lengthy public lawsuit. District 1 covers parts of Newhall and a gerrymandered portion of West Canyon Country. In a close race to be the first representative of District 1, the unofficial results show Patsy Ayala has increased her lead over Tim Burkhart and Bryce Jepson. What was a tight race for the House of Representatives for California's 27th congressional district is now decided. Republican Representative Mike Garcia conceded to his Democratic opponent George Whitesides Monday night. Whitesides currently leads Garcia in votes by 7,818. Garcia released a statement that said, "I will always seek to serve this wonderful nation in any capacity and remain at her disposal for the maintenance of her splendor, the security of her people, and the protection of her future." Whitesides also released a statement saying that serving in Congress is an honor of a lifetime. Communities gathered together to celebrate the heroic men and women who served in the United States military. Reporter Lisandra Vera joins us live to tell us how local heroes are acknowledged, remembered for their sacrifices.
Thanks, Vic. A ceremony was held at the Veterans Historical Plaza Monday morning. Veterans from all over came together for one day to be honored for a lifetime of service. The sound of tribute. Honoring the U.S. veterans, active duty troops, and their families, a Veterans Day ceremony was organized in collaborations with regional veterans organizations. A veteran who speaks for the Missing Man Tribute says a voice needs to be used to benefit all veterans.
Get the healing they need and deserve to make sure that homeless veterans never again have to sleep on the sidewalk outside of the locked gates of the West LA property that is deeded to veterans.
Santa Clarita sets a reminder.
It's a constant reminder. It's not just a once or twice a year thing here in Santa Clarita. We know and appreciate and will always recognize and support the veterans in our community.
Honoring the American flag, the Santa Clarita community veterans speak about the honor they have in serving the country.
I consider myself to be a full-blown American. You know, I was born in this country, raised here. I serve this country. I love its freedom. And I don't think of any greater way to express that gratitude than serving your nation.
The meaningful ceremony served as a reminder of the sacrifices made by the country's heroes and a symbol of respect for all those who have served. Veterans of World War II and the Korean War joined together to sit in the front rows.
May God continue to bless the United States of America.
Students and veterans in need of assistance can visit COC's Veterans Resource Center for help. Reporting for Canyons News, I'm Lisandra Vera. Back to you at the desk.
Thanks, Lisandra. LA County firefighters worked to put out a fast-moving brush fire Sunday afternoon. The Golden Fire led sheriff deputies to shut down the intersection between Golden Valley and Sierra Highway. LA County Fire's Copter 22 was seen making some drops on the flames. Forward progress on the fire was reported to be stopped at 8 acres. No structures were damaged and no injuries were reported. The intersection was opened back up shortly after the fire was contained. College of the Canyons is now offering a new hands-on class designed to help students meet essential prerequisites for healthcare pathways. Xander Grable takes a look into the new program.
College of the Canyons, known for its top-rated health program among Southern California community colleges, offers diverse pathways for students in healthcare. To support hands-on learning, COC EMT student Jordan Tobian Kent recently introduced a class to help students earn their basic life support certification.
Originally, this all started as like a community service project for a comms class I'm taking. I'm in a little small group and we organize these events. We just put together a few classes just to spread awareness and spread knowledge and training throughout the community of CPR.
The lessons taught in these classes are vital in helping healthcare students receive their certification prerequisites to be able to join programs such as nursing or EMT.
We started the classes again just to spread that knowledge and again help out because I know as a EMT student I had to take CPR and do my BLS certification as like a prereq to the class. I know that nursing is the same thing and some of the other programs on campus.
One of the instructors for this class, Marnie Kallestad, who is also a part-time student here at COC, has donated her time and resources into helping build this program for students to use.
What today's course and tomorrow's course that I'm instructing here at COC is called Basic Life Support. And Basic Life Support is a course that anybody in healthcare has to take. Everybody has to be recertified every 2 years for the rest of their career, whether they're EMTs or doctors. They all have to be recertified. And some hospitals who have volunteers, they actually make them become basic life support certified.
If you are interested in receiving a BLS certification, you can find the CPR class flyers on bulletin boards all around campus. Xander Grable, reporting for Canyons News.
Coming up next on Canyons News, there's a new Harley-Davidson location rolling into town. And we meet a runner who's gained a following, inspiring others one step at a time. Xander Grable will have more after the break. Stay tuned.
College of the Canyons creates possibilities.
It's a gateway
to opportunities.
A place where students learn they can believe in themselves.
Behind every possibility at College of the Canyons are the people.
Together we focus on achieving success, one student at a time.
That focus is a reflection of what we value.
It defines who we are.
We are. We are.
We are College of the Canyons.
Welcome back to Canyons News. I'm Xander Grable. A local Santa Clarita woman is giving back to her community in a big way. You may not know her, but she is one person making an impact behind the scenes for many. Here is Canyons News reporter Terry Collier to tell us more.
We have great people like this gentleman right here that's in the rain.
Oh, I love rain. Rain or shine, Sheila is on a mission. And that mission is to give back. Every month, 3 times a week, community organizer Sheila Preston, who is also a minister, travels miles making a difference by fulfilling wishes and saving lives.
I'm just so appreciative of the life that I have and how I've been blessed. You know, so for me, I've always wanted to give back.
Sheila sought out ways to help connect local restaurants and those with food insecurity.
Well, for us it's really important because the food gets to use.
Restaurants like KFC are excited to know their extra food is helping families, especially children.
They get so happy when they see a bag of chicken or nuggets or biscuits that they're not able to purchase, but they're able to eat.
In 2023, over 18 million households across America were food insecure. So these partnerships with these restaurants are a wonderful opportunity for them to give back.
Here for the donation.
Sheila knows what sparks her drive.
I just wish I really could impact the community of Santa Clarita. People think that we don't have a homeless situation because they're hidden.
Sheila collects from many local restaurants and delivers to organizations like Bridge to Home, who provides meals to those in need.
Bringing this food could definitely make a difference, but also making the difference as far as treating them with dignity.
Treating each other with dignity is something that Sheila Preston hopes that we all strive to do. Reporting from Canyons News, this is Terry Mitchell Collier.
If you are interested in how you can help others in need, reach out to the City of Santa Clarita or visit Bridge to Home's website to find out about volunteer opportunities. SCV Education Foundation welcomed families to their 3rd annual Touch a Truck event. Reporter Isa Fleites shows us how it is raising money for educational programs for local school districts.
The SCV Education Foundation recently hosted their 3rd annual Touch a Truck event for families in the community. This event at Central Park raises money for all schools in the district.
All proceeds from today's event support our local public schools and education programs. Our foundation has programs such as Bag of Books, Page Turners, Read With Me, and Teacher Innovation Grants. We believe every child deserves access to quality education and resources, and with your support, we can continue to make that happen.
Kids of all ages got to experience a variety of trucks while being able to interact with them.
We all know it's all about the kids and the family out here in Santa Clarita. God, I can only imagine when I was a kid to be able to touch these kind of trucks and be up in them and honking the horns and lifting up the, the dump truck, for example, or the ladders and the fire trucks. We even have a helicopter out here this year. Wow, what can I say else? Just proud to be a part of this city team, proud to be a part of this event.
Vendors at this event also had the opportunity to promote and educate families while offering games and prizes for kids.
And this is our 2nd year coming, and we absolutely love this event. It's given him an opportunity to look at the trucks, touch the trucks, obviously, honk horn, and I keep telling everybody it's better than Christmas at our house.
Families are now looking forward to next year's Touch a Truck event, For Canyons News, I'm Isabella Fleitas.
A new engine is revving in Santa Clarita. Harley-Davidson kicked off its grand opening this past weekend, turning heads around town. Maya Paragas shares more.
There may not be a more iconic motorcycle manufacturer than Harley-Davidson. With its grand opening, hundreds of bikers paid visit to its iconic design, rich heritage, and embraced in a long-standing history. Oliver Soku, the owner of Glendale Harley-Davidson, and his partner Robert Patrick are the dynamic duo behind this new Santa Clarita location, and both are also members of the board of directors for Love Ride Foundation. Their 25-year friendship began when Soku sold Patrick his very first Harley. As they set their sights on Santa Clarita, there's a deeper reason behind their choice for this new chapter.
Well, you know, the Love Ride used to come to Santa Clarita. We used to have the event at Castaic Lake, so I kind of fell in love with this community.
The pair worked together to bring their love for bikes to a community already falling head over wheels for this dealership. As you walk through the doors, you're instantly greeted by a stunning array of both new and classic Harley models. Inside the dealership, a gift shop lined with walls of leather jackets and gear, each piece symbolizing the iconic Davidson logo. As you take it all in, you can spot a collection of movie and TV posters, including Terminator 2, a tribute to Robert Patrick's impressive Hollywood career. And just as the energy of the grand opening reaches its peak, Bill Davidson, the great-great-grandson of Harley Davidson, the founder, pays a visit to his family's legacy.
Well, there's something so magical about Harley Davidson. Sometimes hard to put into words because it's motorcycles, it's parts and accessories, it's clothing, it's emotion, it's passion, it's a lifestyle.
As the crowd continues to buzz with excitement, the dealership becomes more than just a place to buy a bike. It's a celebration of history, passion, and community. It's clear that this new location isn't just about motorcycles, but about creating a new home for riders and enthusiasts alike. I'm Maya Paragas, reporting for Canyons News.
College of the Canyons recently held its annual Star Party, where stargazers of all ages gathered for a night of cosmic exploration. Every semester, attendees can expect something new from this out-of-this-world celebration. Canyons News reporter Julianne Lena is outside Mentry Hall to tell us more about the event. Julianne?
Thank you, Xander. It was a beautiful night at the Canyon Country campus. There was so much excitement as students, families, and astronomy enthusiasts gathered to explore the stars and galaxies far, far away. I spoke with astronomy professor Teresa Ciardi, who shared what makes this Star Party truly stellar. Let's take a look.
As they build this year's experiments, you can support this team.
The College of the Canyon Star Party has been a tradition for years, inviting the community to explore the stars and planets above. From telescopes to interactive science displays, the evening offered a closer look at the wonders of the cosmos. Astronomy professor Teresa Ciardi has been the guiding force behind this event for years, but something special is what keeps her coming back to bring the event to life each time.
I've been doing this long enough that I'm just so happy right now thinking about this, that I have been able to see some of the people that started coming to this as children join our astronomy and physics club and participate in building the experiments that we send to space. They waited and waited until they were old enough to be able to participate with us.
For Astronomy Club members, the Star Party is a chance to share their passion for the universe. One member shared what makes this night close to his heart.
I'm really excited that we can talk to new people. I love the community, and I feel like people really should come and see these events. And I feel like seeing through those telescopes, I haven't seen them since I was 8 years old. So I'm glad to see the stars tonight. Hopefully there are some, hopefully.
And sure enough, the stars made their appearance. With telescopes set up across the event, attendees peered into the night sky and saw stars and nebulas up close.
At the event, COC's Astronomy Club showed their inventions that were chosen by NASA to be sent into space. If you'd like to learn more about COC's aerospace endeavors, check out @Aerospace Science Team on Instagram. Reporting live for Canyons News, I'm Julianne Lena. Back to you in the studio.
Thanks, Julianne. Following the Santa Clarita 2025 strategic plan, the city has announced a number of new and refurbished amenities around the valley. Tonight, we take a look at the newest addition at the sports complex.
It's not a typical project that the city has announced.
We're all here and excited to be here today to celebrate the beginning of the latest edition, the Rink Sports Pavilion.
But it was something city officials have anticipated to share. The rink, now being added to the sports complex behind the gym, was an idea that sparked for the city, after residents have said there was a lack of outdoor amenities during the pandemic, especially for skating.
Here at Central Park, they were using the basketball courts to do skate days, skate in the afternoon. And so that's really where the idea of not only will this be a rink, but all these other amenities that people can use.
Construction is on track to finish by 2026, but for now, eager residents pass time at the other amenities nearby, especially at the skate park.
For many in Santa Clarita, skating of all kinds is their way of getting active and being outside. What would they have to say about a new roller skating rink coming to their hometown?
Sounds great. Yeah, I love sports. I think it's a good way to get exercise and have fun. So yeah, I like to rollerblade. So yeah, that'd be fun.
As of last week, the city wants to expand design plans for the rink. And while it will raise costs for the city, it will provide better modifications for the finished product. Reporting for Canyons News, I'm Meg Hall.
The Santa Clarita Marathon is back. Since its relaunch in 2023, the marathon has been trying to bring the track and field community together. Canyons News reporter Christopher Casey gives us a look into why residents were running this event.
Then go under, over. The Santa Clarita Valley has held many events over many years, but the event that's racing back into the city spotlight is the Santa Clarita Marathon. In 2022, the city of Santa Clarita discontinued the event after a 25-year run due to many economic factors. But ever since getting the permissions to take over the marathon from the city in 2023, this year, the marathon not only has a new organizer, but also a new location.
Yeah, what's different from our marathon than previous marathons in the city? I would say the biggest difference is we're 100% on the paseos. We don't go on the open road at all. And why that's important, it's safety reasons, right? It's very safe for the runners. When you're out on the road, there's too many things that possibly happen.
Despite the marathon coming back since last year, what does this mean for people who live in the city and even participate in it?
Oh, I think it's a wonderful opportunity for Santa Clarita Valley, and the fact that they have a marathon and half marathon and 10K and 5K, you could be at any level, and it makes it fun for everybody.
I decided to come out at the end of the week to participate in the Santa Clarita Marathon because I really just wanted to test my grit. I've been competing a lot this whole year. I've never ran a full marathon, so I thought this would be like a icing in the cake, my last competition before heading off to the Marines, so serving this country.
With the options of a 5K, 10K, half and full marathon run, it has allowed many people to run in the event, including runners who want to run the Boston Marathon, which the Santa Clarita Marathon is a qualifier for.
I feel like in the future I definitely consider it. For now, I'm just going to stick more to 5Ks and 10Ks, but I do plan on eventually building up towards the half and then eventually a full marathon.
Reporting in Heritage Park for Canyons News, my name is Christopher Casey.
A College of the Canyon student is redefining what it means to turn a passion into purpose. Through determination, Isaiah Marquez proves that running is more than just a hobby. It's a way of life. Reporter Natalie Merchant brings us more.
One COC student has turned his passion into a movement. Literally. Isaiah has gone from casual runner to marathoner, influencer, and entrepreneur, all while still being a full-time student.
This ain't no trend, dog. It's my lifestyle.
It all started a few months ago when Isaiah began running as a way to relieve stress and stay fit.
Honestly, I don't know how Isaiah does like all this running stuff. I personally would rather be sitting here, binge watching Grace and Frankie and just eating food.
He didn't expect it to change his life, but with each mile, his passion grew. Soon, he was taking on marathons, 10Ks, and 5Ks and challenging himself to improve his times.
What made me turn to running in the first place was going to my first run club and filming something for class.
What started off as casual social media posts quickly turned Isaiah into a running influencer.
Something I think people don't see or know about is the work ethic that I put in. I mean, obviously I make videos, I give tips, but I feel like some people look at a runfluencer and think that it's just like, oh, it's a trend, but it's no trend for me. I constantly do this every day.
With designs tailored to gym goers and runners like him, Isaiah is combining his passion for the sport with a growing entrepreneurial spirit. But starting a business alongside school and training hasn't come without challenges. Between juggling deadlines and managing his brand, there were times Isaiah felt overwhelmed.
Going for a quick run could help me think.
For Isaiah, the reality of launching his apparel line meant facing financial risks, managing setbacks, and constantly pushing himself beyond his comfort zone.
Finding the time between school and then also working out it's very challenging, but it's all part of the journey.
With more races upon the horizon and big plans for his future, one thing is obvious. This isn't just a hobby for Isaiah, it's a lifestyle. From Canyons News, this has been Natalie Merchant reporting.
Our final break, we have highlights from our local high schools in the first round of playoff football. And we meet a member of the Cougar family with a special connection to COC. Stay tuned. Welcome back to Canyons News. Tonight, we finish our show by taking a look at the latest from local sports. The Friday Night Lights were shining bright last week as our local high schools played their first round of playoff football. We're starting off with the Hart High School Hawks, who hosted the Rancho Verde Mustangs right here at COC. If you love high-scoring football games, this was the place to be. Canyons News reporter Eli Kern was there for the action.
Rancho Verde got off to a hot start. Quarterback C.J. Thompson put it up where only his guy can get it, and Amarion Orange got it. That made it 14-0 Mustangs. Hart needs a response, handoff to wide receiver Maddox Fritzsmith, who makes the big throw to his fellow receiver Parker Maxwell. Hart would cash in and make it 14-7 at the half. Score 21-7 here in the third quarter, and Amarion Orange adds an 80-yard touchdown to his monster stat line. Resulting PAT was missed. The score is 27-7. Hart once again found themselves in a hole, but quarterback Jacob Paisano is unfazed. Goes deep to his #1 target, Maxwell. Ball is tipped by Amarion Orange and falls to Parker Maxwell. That ridiculous catch brought the score to 27-14. Later on in the third quarter, Orange receives the kickoff for the Mustangs, and he is out of there. Amarion Orange with a standout performance. He finished this game with over 100 receiving yards, 3 touchdowns, and this huge 80-yard kickoff return. Score is 41-20. Late into the fourth quarter now, Hawks down 13 points. Hart's Jacob Paisano throws a dart right in between double coverage to running back Zach Rogazic. The Hawks can take a shot at the end zone from here. Paisano throws up a late 50-50 ball, but it's picked off by Godson Okwar. Final score from Cougar Stadium was 47-34 as the Hawks season ends with a heartbreaking finale. Reporting for Canyons News, I'm Eli Kern.
The Valencia Vikings ran the table to go undefeated in Foothill League play, but their first-round matchup with Lakewood might have been their toughest challenge of the season. The Vikings were trying to advance out of the first round for the first time in 3 years, but Lakewood was not in any mood to comply. In the first quarter of the game, Cade Casillas finds room and scores one of his 3 touchdowns, but the Vikings showed some fight in the first half. Brady Bretthauer was so good on this play, he fooled the defense and the camera. But the ball winds up in the hands of Nico Funes for a 15-yard touchdown, 21-14. But on the very next kickoff, a Valencia special teams disaster. Cecil Xavier Smith grabs the kickoff and takes off. He is not going to be caught. His long kickoff return made it 28-14 Lakewood. Following halftime, the Vikings had one final shining moment when Nick Seymour slams into the end zone for one of his 2 touchdowns. But Lakewood goes on to hammer Valencia 50-27. It's the 3rd straight season that Valencia has been knocked out in the first round of the playoffs. The Golden Valley Grizzlies got their playoff journey off to the right start in their opening round game against the El Toro Chargers. Golden Valley scored on their opening drive with this play-action touchdown pass from QB Brandon Contreras to Jason Acevedo to take a quick 7-0 lead. The Chargers answered back right before the half when running back McKay Chi broke off this 70-yard touchdown, making the 14-7 at the half. After an onside kick to start the second half, the Chargers scored their second rushing touchdown of the game to tie it at 14-all. The tie didn't last long, though, as Contreras completed his 3rd touchdown pass of the game, this time to his tight end Anthony Baldoz to take a 21-14 lead. After that, it was all Jamison Torres as he put the game on ice, adding 2 rushing touchdowns to cap off a night where he rushed for over 220 yards, as the Grizzlies defeated the Chargers 35-21.
Offense did a good job of running the clock, moving the sticks, and when we needed to, we did some play action passes and guys were open and we were able to score on 3 passes tonight. So, you look at the stats and you're like, man, they ran the ball, but they also scored throwing. So, again, great team win.
Next up for Golden Valley will be a battle of the Bears as they face off Warren High School in the second round this Friday in Downey. We would like to wish both teams good luck and say congrats to all of our local high school football teams on finishing their season. Back here on campus, in 2003, Domata Pecco Sr. was a standout player for COC football, and after a 15-long-year career in the NFL, the next generation is adding on to the Pecco family legacy. Canyon's news reporter Eli Kern has more.
For years, Domata Pecco Sr. gave his opponents nightmares.
Right here, Domata Pecco, watch him right there. Oh my!
And that NFL journey started right here at College of the Canyons. After an All-American season in 2003 with the Cougars and showing potential at Michigan State University.
With their 4th round selection, the Bengals select defensive tackle Domata Pecco.
Over 20 years after Pecco Sr. called this place home, his son is creating his own legacy.
I'm just trying to do everything my dad did, but just a little bit better in each way,
A big man with even bigger dreams. 6'4" Pecco isn't used to looking up at people often. But when it comes to his father, he knows there are big shoes to fill.
But I don't think Junior has to worry about that in any way, shape, or form because he's carving his own path through here.
It's a path that Pecco Jr. was almost destined to take.
My mom worked at a little gym out here, and then my dad and his teammates would go to the gym. They didn't really have memberships. I guess she thought my dad was cute or something, would let him and his friends in and play basketball, and then they kind of met and they both talked and mutually realized that they both were at COC, so that's how they met.
The Pecco family story is a heartwarming reminder that college sports is about a lot more than what happens on game day.
This is a family. This has always been a family, and we will continue to be a family. And, I look after Domata like I do the rest of my student athletes.
With his family behind him, Pecco Jr.'s team is here to help him reach his potential.
It's truly a blessing, definitely a full circle moment for both my parents, not only just my dad, but also my mom. My first home game out here, when I saw her in the stand, she was really excited, and after the game, she was very blessed that it was a full circle moment.
Reporting for Canyons News, I'm Eli Kern.
There's one student athlete whose dedication has paid off as she is making a big splash in her career. Canyons News reporter Emily Veramontes tells us more.
From a young age, Emma Hussein, a freshman at West Ranch, has had a natural talent and love for swimming.
It kind of tests how much willpower I have, how strong I can be, and then it kind of proves that I am strong and that I could actually do the things that I want to do. So I kind of like it that way.
Emma made the National Select Camp, where she will get a taste of what it's like to be part of Team USA and gain knowledge, skills, and experiences that can help her improve her approach to the sport.
I wasn't really expecting it at all. I don't know, I'm still kind of shocked, but then again, it's I realize how much work I've put into the sport, and I kind of accept that I've gotten this far. because it kind of lines up with how hard I work at practice.
Having a pool in her backyard led Emma's mom to enroll her in swimming lessons when they quickly realized Emma had a natural talent for the sport. Swimming from such a young age to now can be exhausting, but Emma always does her best to stay afloat.
I definitely get overwhelmed sometimes, but it's kind of like I take a step back and I realize that I have a lot going on, but I'm happy with what I have.
Her Canyons Aquatic Club coach, Kyle Hastings, could not be more proud of this accomplishment for Emma, but for also the team.
I think that every swimmer has, they're contagious, either positively or negatively, and Emma is always on the positive side of that. She brings the ability to train hard and to push limits, but I think she's also an example that if you work hard, if you stay positive, if you become a great teammate or learn how to grow as a teammate, that everybody at Canyons can maximize their potential.
For Canyons News, I'm Emily Viramontes.
That does it for this edition of Canyons News. I'm Xander Grable. Remember, you can catch us on the web at canyonsnews.com. You can also share news tips and story ideas with the Canyons News team by visiting our social media pages. Subscribe to our YouTube, Facebook, X, and Instagram. Have a good night, everybody.